not just to talk about the show and all of that, but tell us what you're doing these days.
It always depends on the day, the hour, the minute. I don't know when this conversation will be airing, but I have a show tonight in Atlanta, and I do stand-up comedy, but I also do a lot of emceeing and hosting. And I'm working on becoming more of an actress. It's one of those things I have on my bio, but I've just started taking lessons and coaching because I realize I've been so much of a personality for so many years. Sometimes I struggle not being me. So when I have a script, I'm like, I don't know. Am I me or am I them? And so I'm always a person that's excited to learn new things, to experience new things. I'm a published author. I write children's books about my two dogs, Sugar and Bella. I also have a look, why? It's just right here. I have this book, 10 Things Your Mama Never Told You, but mine did. Unconventional wisdom to navigate a world that cares nothing about you or your feelings. And so every chapter in this book is something my mom told me growing up. The reason why I wrote the book was because in not being raised by anyone else's mom but mine, I kind of thought this is what your mama tells you. And as I grew up and went out into the world, there was a lot of people's mamas didn't tell them the things that my mom told me. And a lot of those things she told me served me well and prepared me to navigate this world and don't care about me like that. And so many times people feel like because they've been disappointed, they get discouraged, disenfranchised. That's the end of the story. And I can tell you about being disappointed and depressed and disenfranchised. And then I got another part to that story. And so then what I did, so I wanted to write the book to give people permission to be okay with who they are. And the example of what I talk about in the book, chapter 1, is titled, "You Are So Very Special, but remember, you ain't special." And so I naturally have a confidence in knowing that there's no one like me in the world. So I don't compare myself to anybody in the world, but I also know no one cares. So I still have to show up on time. I still have to be a good person. I still have to be authentic and genuine and caring and do my work and do a good job. So every chapter is something that I probably didn't receive well when my mom told me when I was a kid, but you know how your parents get smarter as you get older?
Yes.
So even in the introduction of the book, based on my mom's, our relationship and the history, I'm like, how did she trick me into writing a book about her, and, fine, you win, fine, so I'm blessed to still have my mom, and I released the book 2 years ago on her birthday, and it's been a joy. So I do have some more writing projects, some scripts I'm working on, and I think whatever I'm doing, if anyone sees me doing something, they need to know I'm only doing it because I want to. I'm in this space where I just am not going to do things I don't want to do. So if I'm doing it, it's on purpose.
And I understand that. It's funny. I have a show called Mama-isms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a solo show called Mama-isms, and it's all the things mamas told us to help us become people and to be kind and loving, hopefully, and some of the things that they told us that didn't quite work, and how can we see another way of doing it instead, so I love my show too, and I did my show for my mama who isn't here, but I did it for her.